Screen recording. Recording what's going on your computer screen, in this example using a program called Microsoft Expression. So here we're going to take a look at how to create a screen recording, or a screencast as they're technically known. You may have seen on YouTube, for example, people doing demonstrations of things on the screen showing you how to do certain things. Here's a prime example. I'm actually creating one now. They can be really useful tools to create for students and staff for training purposes and demonstration purposes, to easily show somebody how to do something. And actually it's far simpler than I thought it would be. There are various programs that you can use, but the standard one that we have installed on all machines in college is one that comes with Windows 7 that runs on all our machines, and that's Microsoft Expression. So this screencast is going to take a look at how to use Microsoft's Expression to create a screencast. So firstly, where will you find it? Well, you'll find it in the Start menu. If I go to Start menu and I go to All Programs, and you'll see the alphabetised menu of programs, and it's going to be under Microsoft Expression. There it is. You may be thinking at this point, how am I doing this? I can't obviously use Expression to show you how to use Expression, so I'm using a different program to actually create this screencast to show you how to use Microsoft Expression. I hope I haven't confused matters. I'm actually using Captivate to create this particular screencast to show you how to use Expression. So having clicked on Expression, you'll see that there are three options. If I hover over the first one, there's the screen capture, there's an Encoder SDK, and just in the Encoder 4. So what we need to do first of all is a two-step process when you use Expression. So we're going to use the screen capture first to actually capture what we want to do on the screen, and then we send that to the bottom one, to the encoder, to actually make and publish our little screen video, screencast. So all we need to do first of all is click on Screen Capture. So let's just left click on Screen Capture, and that will open the screen capture. It might take a moment or so, but that will then enable us to record what's going on the screen. So this menu then pops up in the middle of your screen. It's very simple actually, there aren't many controls here. So this one is just controlling the audio, and you can adjust the volume here. You have the option of switching on a webcam. So if you actually have a webcam and you want yourself to maybe appear in the corner of the screen while you're doing your demonstration, you can switch on the webcam. So if I just click on that, you'll see what I mean. So there we go, hello. I've switched on my webcam. So when I actually finish this and I publish this screencast, if I switch on the webcam, that will be recording me while I'm doing it, and this little video will appear in the corner. So it's entirely up to you whether you want yourself to appear in the demonstration or not. It can be distracting, sometimes it's quite helpful, but I'm going to switch that off actually. So that switches it on, that switches it off. So you might not need to worry about that. We then have edit options. So all we need to do, in fact you probably don't need to adjust anything on here. You probably don't want to use the webcam for your demonstrations. If I click on edit options, all we need to do here is, before we just click on record to actually start our screen demonstration, we need to click on this one, the settings here, and we just need to change the frames per second rate to 30. Now this is just from experience. I've noticed that if I don't change this and I leave it at 15 as its default setting, the quality is not so good. So what I've found just from experience is, if you change this frame rate to 30 frames per second, and then the quality I'm going to increase to 100. So if you just remember to do that, frame rate 30, quality 100, and we're happy with that, that's fine. We can just click on OK. So again, I just went into the edit options, just changed those, clicked on OK. If I click here, this just shows me the list of screen captures that I've done previously. So what I can do now is I can just click, once I'm ready, I can click on record. So let me click on record. Oops. Let me just click on record, and you'll see then that you're presented with this this menu here, select the region. So you just need to select the region that you want to actually record. You might want to do the full screen, in which case you can just drag it out to the full screen. Just drag this here, like this. We can do, there we go. So we can just drag it out to the full screen. Or you might actually want to customize it to a particular, you might actually just want to do a part of the screen, and then you can use the icon in the middle just to move it around. I often actually just create full screen demonstrations because it's more realistic, because you'll be looking at a full screen. So I'm actually just going to increase this to the full screen, but you can tailor it accordingly. So once you're ready to do that, you can just click on record. And you'll be reminded just before you go into record that the recording toolbar is disabled when you're actually recording, so that the person watching your demonstration can't see it. So if you want to at any point pause the recording, you just need to Control-Shift F11. Just hold down the controls, Control-Shift F11 for pause recording and Control-Shift F12 to stop recording. I actually have this written by the side of my computer just in case I forget. So I can remember this, Control-Shift 12 to stop recording, F11 to pause recording, and when you're happy with that, you can just click OK. You'll get a countdown from 3, 2, 1, and now we are live recording our screen demonstration. So I'm currently using Expression to create this screen demonstration. So I might want to, for example, open up, what have we got running on here? I've got Boodle running on here, I've got YouTube running on here, etc. Let me just go back to the desktop. Okay, so I've done my screen demonstration. I've got my microphone plugged in, etc. And I'm talking and I'm moving the cursor, etc. So I'm actually recording everything that's going on the screen and talking about it. I'm now happy with that. I've finished my screen demonstration. It could be anything from showing a student how to use, log into Boodle, how to use a particular piece of software, how to upload their assignment on Boodle. It could be anything you like. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to hit Control, Shift and F12 to end my recording. And you'll see there I've ended my recording. Now what I can do is, having done that, as I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to send that to the encoder. So I've used the screen capture part of Expression to capture what's going on the screen. I'm now going to send that to the encoder. Let's just click there. So that's now sending my screen capture, my little demonstration, to the encoder, where we can edit it if we want to, or we can just simply publish it. Now this just may take just a moment. As I said before, just while that's doing that, there are various screen recording tools that you can use. ScreenR and Screencast-O-Matic are web-based tools, which actually are very nice tools to use. Let's just click, okay. They're very nice tools to use, however, they do depend on a piece of software called Java, which is constantly being updated, and that can be problematic. So ScreenR or Screencast-O-Matic, they're quite nice tools to use at home, but if you're creating these kind of demonstrations in college, it's better to use our standard screen recording tool, which is this Microsoft Expression. So you can see that that screen demonstration, that screen capture, has been sent to the encoder. So here we are in the encoder. So it just appears here, and you'll see, don't be put off by it, it's not particularly complicated. Can look a bit tricky, but the more you use this, the easier it gets. We're now inside the encoder, and you can see here that there are some very simple editing tools should you wish to edit anything. If you wanted to, say for example, put an image in before you're recording, or import an image or something at the end of your recording, you can do that. You can click on this is the timeline, you can click on the timeline and you can insert an image or some media, another video, for example, you've got saved on your computer. You can insert that during your screencast. But I suspect most of us, when we're doing this, we really just want to do a screencast. So we don't actually need to fiddle with any editing or anything. We can actually simply, at the bottom, just click on Encode. So let me click on Encode. I don't want to edit it, I don't want to change it, I literally just want to publish my screen capture that I've just done. So I can just click on Encode and that will just take a moment to encode and publish my video. I will produce another quick demonstration to show you how to use expression to put in maybe a slide at the beginning or a slide at the end. Because that can be actually, it just can top and tail your videos and just make them look a little bit more professional. Maybe you want to give your demonstration just a title slide or something just to explain what it's about. So I will create a separate video just to show you how to do that. But here we'll just focus on how to sort of rough and ready, just how to quickly create a screen capture and then encode it. Okay, so that's just doing that. It doesn't take very long. And you'll see that it's dated it. It's given it the title screen capture. It's dated it, and we've got the time here. And then we've got WMV. So that's just a standard Windows Media video file. So it's just a standard video file. There we go. So it's almost there. Okay, just going to whiz around again. And what's nice about this is you can send your students the actual media, the actual file if you want to. But what I tend to find it's much easier to upload this file onto YouTube and then just give students the link. So that could be emailing the students the link to the little video that you've created, or it could be you just put the link. The easiest thing is just to put the link onto Boodle. The students can click on the link, that will take them to YouTube and they can watch your little demonstration video. The first time that you do this, when I first started doing this, it was obviously a little trickier, but the more I've done it, it's actually sort of second nature now, and it's actually very easy to do. And these screen demonstrations, I think, are one of the best ways of explaining to people and showing people how to do things on the computer. And I've certainly found that useful in creating training materials for teachers, so teachers can sit at their own pace, their own leisure, and just go through the materials and then replay them and go over bits and pieces until they're confident that they can use things. So it's quite good to create these kinds of things for students, and actually students can create these kinds of things for themselves and for other people to explain and to demonstrate their own knowledge and understanding. Okay, we're almost there. Now that was a reasonably long screen demonstration actually. You may find that you want to do slightly shorter ones. So obviously the longer your screen capture, the longer it's going to take to encode and to produce. Okay, so we're almost there. And there it is. You can see here we've got status. And I think that's done. Let's see if we can actually, I think it's still trying to do something actually. You might be wondering where you're going to find this. Where does Expression actually send your completed screen capture? So if I just minimise that, okay, and I can, let's just, oops, minimise that. If I just go into my computer and I go into my documents, so this is the N drive, this is your document area, your space, you'll see if I go into my documents that I've actually got a folder called Expression. So the Expression program will automatically send any work that you do in Expression, it will send it to your Expressions folder. So it's quite easy to remember. Just go into your documents, go into your Expressions folder. If I click on there, again, if I just click on Expression Encoder, and it's screen capture output. So again, if I just select that, and you'll see that there's the one that we've just created just here. Okay, so you'll see that it's just here. So screen capture, and that was the time. So there it is. Okay. In fact, it's actually the output. So let me just go through that again, as I haven't confused things. So we go to your N drive, your documents, Expression Encoder, and actually, yeah, excuse me, it's output. So you go to output, and then you can see the date. This is the one we've just done. So if I now click on that one, we'll see that there it is, and you'll see that it's the Windows Media. It's the Windows Media file. So that is actually our screen demonstration. So if I just play that, just double click on it and just play that on the screen, you'll be able to see, there we go, there is the screen demonstration that we actually created. You'll see the cursor moving around, etc. There we go. And let me just get rid of that one. Okay, so there's the screen capture. So it's actually currently sitting in your Expressions folder. I will create, if I wanted to actually, I could email that to the students as an attachment, but as I said before, I would tend to upload it to YouTube. And I will, this has been quite a long screen demonstration, so I'll create another screen demonstration, a very short one, just to show you how to upload some material like this sort of media, to YouTube, which generates a link, and then you can then send it, make it available to students. So, just as a recap, we've just quickly looked at how to use Microsoft Expression in the Start menu to create a screen capture and then encode and create a demonstration video.